there's an obvious question which is asked. We find when it came to the Hakamas HaMishkan, to raise the Mishkan, to erect it, Klal Yisrael themselves, they tried to raise it, but humanly it was impossible because the weight of the beams, you needed a miracle to raise them. So they come to Moshe and they say, Moshe, we can't raise it. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu says to Moshe, you just make a hand movement as if you're raising it, and they'll raise by themselves. So the obvious question is, Moshe Rabbeinu, who's Rabbeinu, all the Torah, his leadership, everything he was to us, if a person writes a Sefer Torah, and you're able to have a person like Moshe Rabbeinu put a letter in that Sefer Torah, are you going to put the letter in yourself? You'd want for the Sefer Torah to take on that special value, minimally, that person should write minimally one letter. Here, Klal Yisrael, if they could have completed the Mishkan, even to erect it, they would have. I'm seemingly, did they forget about Moshe Rabbeinu? I mean, how do we understand this? Moshe Rabbeinu, who was a presence in their life continuously, he radiated a kedusha, a holiness, that he had to cover his face because they could not. The intensity was too much for them. And this is V'osli Migdashu Shechanti B'socham. This is for the reinstatement, and it's only because of supplications were they going to be reinstated. This is your chance. Make the Migdash, and I will dwell in your midst. And they forget about Moshe Rabbeinu. How's it possible? The Rechaim HaKadosh points out over here, unrelated to this point, that we find that the Mishkan, the mitzvah of the building the Mishkan, was Moshe Rabbeinu's personal mitzvah. And that the Klal Yisrael participated is purely based on the concept of Shlich Shem Kaboso. He delegated through them. But what he delegated through them was his mitzvah. So when they participated in every aspect of Mishkan, all that accrues to him as if he did it himself. The words of Rechaim HaKodesh, Ulatam ze mitzvah Hashem al Moshe, kol masa Mishkan, u'melachto va'udosel nochach, ki achar ha'emes olav hu ha'mitzvah, elo shetziva lo shu yitzava acher mimakomo. The others are only doing his bidding. He's delegating through them. But every aspect of mission accrues to him. So if that's the case, they're not leaving Moshe out because they understand everything they do. This is the equivalent of Moshe doing it. So if that's the case, including Hakamas HaMishkan, and therefore, so it's not they forgot about him. So therefore, Moshe Rabbeinu, it's the equivalent, when we say Shluch Shem Kamoso, it's the equivalent of Moshe Rabbeinu participating in every aspect of the Mishkan, which gives it special value. And the Jews themselves, Klal Yisrael, they're only his shluchim, his agents. So why couldn't they raise it? HaKadosh Baruch Hu want Moshe should be the one to be making the Mishkan. He should erect the Mishkan. Why? Because we have a principle. Bar teaches us the same location where we extrapolate from Psukim, the concept Shlich Shem Kamoso, we still say mitzvah bo yosef b'shlucho. There's still a greater mitzvah when you do it yourself than delegate it through a third party. Although it accrues to you. We're talking about this, the Makkah B'Patish. The Mishkan, unless it's erected, it has no value. So who's going to erect it to give it its value? Then now everything functions within it. They thought, we're Shluchei Moshe, we're his agents. Kodesh Baruch says, no, mitzvah bo yosef b'shlucho. The one who completes the Mishkan has to be Moshe himself. As much as it accrues to him, but it doesn't have that value, therefore, they weren't able to do it. Hashem only performed the mitzvah, the nes, only for Moshe Rabbeinu.